Okay, how minimum indicator of interest works in dating, cold calling, and cold emails, so you can use it to meet your dating financial goals. All right, so the concept of minimum indicator of interest and why it's actually better than reading minds. So, what you want to look at in every relationship, there is a next level. And your job is to find out what is a way for you to see an honest signal for how someone really feels about you is a good way to think about it. So you want something that is just enough to know that they're interested, but not so much that it turns people off. So if you ask someone to be your girlfriend or something on the first date and they say yes, obviously they're interested, but it's going to turn a lot of people off. So we're really looking for the minimum level of like someone liking you or like a business relationship going further. Um, and you can recover if you mess it up. If you mess it up, it's not a big deal. Or if they're not there yet, it's not a big deal. So it doesn't close you off. Now, if that's the goal. So finding the MIOI is not always an easy task. So my friend was a dating coach, and he said, you have a girl, and she's in a bar, and you're talking to her, and she's smiling, and she's laughing, but is she really interested? You buy her a drink, she's smiling, she's laughing more, and then there's another guy and she leaves, right? She wasn't really interested. So my friend, after dating, I don't know, a million girls in New York, was like, what you do is you just ask her to move 5 feet. So if you're like over here, oh, it's a little loud, let's go to this table. And he's like, the reason you do it is because I found, or he found, I unfortunately have not dated that much as Peter, but Peter found that if you get somebody to move 5 feet, there are a lot. It's 100% of the time they like you. If they don't move 5 feet with you, they don't like you. So it sounds actually really obvious. Like if you think about your own dating experiences, you're like, yeah, that's kind of true. Like if you just buy them a drink, it doesn't mean anything. But if they move with you, it means something. So the finding the MIOIs is often very tricky. Now, the purpose of the MIOI is to save time, and you save time in interactions by knowing where you're at, because there's a lot of girls in the bar. So you can always go talk to someone else if you're not getting you can get the Instagram and leave and I don't know, flex your muscles or something. Maybe they hit you up later. But it saves you time. And time is really the enemy of sales and growth. Now, if you're doing cold email, if you're doing LinkedIn, the MIOI is asking for the call. If you ask for a call, somebody agrees to the call, they're almost always interested, unless they're going to Uno reverso and try to sell you something. Um, with cold calling, we had an issue with the show rate, and it's because we didn't realize the MIOI was different for cold calling. So for cold calling, it is possible for a charismatic caller to, without even realizing it, steamroll the prospect. And the prospect's like, that sounds good. Really, just don't want to, they just feel bad. They're like, that sounds good. The caller's just like, let me book you in. You're going to love it. So what we found with calling that was really effective is it's not the call itself, it's getting the prospect to confirm the call. So now what you're going to call is don't let them off the phone until they confirm. And then the show rate is much higher. So we're like, oh, we had such an issue with automations last week. We had so many things went wrong. Can you please, I know it's a pain in the butt, just go into your email, just check that you got it and confirm the meeting. Much higher, much higher show rate because it's consistency bias. If they said, you know what, I'm going to confirm this, it's much more likely they will actually attend. And if you don't get it, somebody doesn't want to talk to you or they won't confirm, all it means is you have to increase how relevant you are to them and how much credibility you have. And that's all it means. Now, in sales, we know is just booking the next call while you're on the current call. Or in dating, you make plans for the next date while you're on the first date. If you really like you need to know if they like you. Why would you go back and forth and try to text them and play all these games? Life is too short. when you're with a very attractive person, they really like you, they don't really give you that hard of a time, I must say. So on the first date, just plan the next date. On the first sales call, just plan the next sales call. What do you have to lose? If they say no, you're like, okay, well, I didn't lose anything. You're just like, all right, let's do it in another day. And then you're pinging them to get their level of interest. So I hope this was helpful. It's a little bit of a sophisticated topic, but if you apply this, it's really amazing because you never need to worry about how someone thinks of you. That we waste so much energy in sales and in life. Does she like me? Daisies by Justin Bieber. How does she feel? She leaves me on red. You just ask for something small and you do it and you know you're in the right place. It'll save you so much anxiety. So have a great day. I'll talk to you guys on Sunday.